don't know what to do. They know what to do. They know what to do. But the fact is that they're not activated enough to come out and do it. Right?
Well, as I said to you, my wife is from Africa, and that's why I have difficulty when people out here
Mm,
talk about certain things.
mm,
Because she's an African, grew up in Africa,
mm,
right? Has been to school in Africa,
mm,
and like you say, so whenever I say anything, you say no. Those people they know, they know the same thing that I know. They know.
mm,
They see the problem. They just don't want to do anything about it.
mm, mm, mm,
Those leaders, they know.
mm.
But as
And
long as their pocket is being lined, they don't care about the others.
there's an underlining thing, obviously behind what I'm talking about here. And the fact is that obviously, what goes around comes around.
Mm-hmm.
And you did just mention it as well, the leaders, that there's been a lot of reports about some of them who are being brought to let's say to trial now, right, for their acts. Yeah. And the thing is
Mm-hmm.
that even if you go back into our history, our knowing of who they are, we can see their acts that they were detrimental towards the people, like you just mentioned, right? And the fact that they've allowed it, we've allowed it to happen. We've allowed it to happen. You understand?
Yeah, yeah,
Right?
yeah, most
They,
certainly.
there's a musical play that they just released over here, and I personally think that's a mockery that they got this play out here. And it's not the fact that the play itself; it's the fact that it was done. It was done, in my opinion, again, it was done as a plagiarism, right? Remember Band Aid?
Yeah, yeah.
Right. They've got a play that is released in our England here right now. Yeah. And it's
Hmm.
down in the West End as well. Right? Band Aid. And it's there with the symbol of the Africa on there as well, which was the whole thing. The whole thing was based around that and all that, them things there. Right? And I'm thinking to myself, look on this. Why are we allowing this to happen? Because look how much are me. Look how much are we. Look how we are doing, right? And then we're still, and I say we, us as Black African descendants, and I'm going to say globally, we are, we are the majority of the inhabitants of this planet. But yet, we are still looking for this Uzungu to come and still be the savior, right? They whip you so hard that it resonates throughout generations, yeah, and it's still
Mm-hmm.
reverberating throughout the generations. Time, time is up for this now. This is time
But I mean, as I say, this is supposed to be Black History Month. How many years it's been going?
up. Yeah.
But really, has it really made that much of a difference to? I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't make any difference to some people, but I mean, 1%, 2%, five
Mm.
percent of all people, it makes a difference too.
Well,
Because I'm telling you, the
I'm not
people
gonna,
that I
I'm gonna say this to you as well about this. No, sorry, I apologize. Continue saying what you're saying, and then I will tell you what I'm gonna say.
no, no,
My
no,
bad.
I was just saying because I work with a lot of people,
Mm,
maybe
mm,
about maybe 500 or more, five
mm,
over 500 or more.
mm,
And when you put these sort of things to them, they are not interested.
mm,
And you have to ask yourself, why? As long as they're making money, as long as they're living and they can do what they want, they don't really
mm,
care that much about what the other big problem that's going on. You understand? And that is what I'm just telling people what I see. I mean,
Mm.
I may be wrong, but engaging with these people and you're trying to talk to them, telling, and it's like you're talking and it goes through one ear and come out the other.
I know, I know, I know. But you know something? What you know? Obviously, these like even the celebration of the Black History Month and everything else from from the Americas, right? And then he went across, come over to the UK as well, right? And even like being around when it started and then to where it is now, and like even with the Kwanzaa as well, from being around from when it started to where it is even now. Okay, now this is my
Mhm.
take. This is my take on it. And as diasporians, we as diasporians are still in the baby stages of history, African history,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
We've got our segment of African history. Okay, so yes,
Mhm.
so yes, we need to reconnect in any way and every way that we can, right? So if we carve out that special month to intensify, like how some religious organizations have a period of time of intensive prayer, intensive dedicating to rededicate themselves, to recharge themselves. I see nothing wrong with that.
Mhm.
I see nothing wrong with that because I'm going to tell you now, throughout the year, right? I probably read about probably 20 books. But in that month, in this month here, I'll probably read 20 books.
Mhm.
You understand? Or review,
Mhm.
review so many just to reacquaint myself with the material. Watch some movie. Yeah, listen, I'll probably watch 2 or 3 movies or just have them
Mhm.
running, you know, just
Mhm.
to reacquaint myself with the works and the history that we've had. You understand? Yeah.
Yeah,
So we
and
know. So
and it's
we need it even now. I know what you're saying. Is there going to be any benefit? But yeah, well, I'm not worried about the others. I'm worried about myself. I worry about myself, and I utilize it to whatever way that I can. Yeah. You
yeah.
understand?
Well, I agree with you. I mean,
Mm,
history. We need to know. We need to
mm,
understand. Yeah,
mm. We are, we are
because
part of the history.
the whole thing is to look at history,
Mm,
look at what has been done,
mm-hmm,
and say, well, you know what, I
mm-hmm,
can correct this part, or I'm not going to make that mistake, and all that sort of thing. You know what I'm saying? That's what history is supposed to be about.
mm-hmm,
How can I improve on this? How can I improve on that? How can I improve on this behavior? How can you understand? But
mm-hmm,
if I go along and continue to behave in a behavior that I see has
mm-hmm,
been detrimental to our upbringing and the way
mm-hmm,
that we are, then something is wrong. I haven't learned anything.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And we need
You
we
understand what I'm saying, right?
yes, yes, yes. And like for instance now, and I want to go to take a couple more minutes because I want to go into this with the meditation. Yeah. One of the things that we have to look on things like I know that we can put a negative spin onto anything, right? We are experts at that. We are experts at putting a
Mhm.
negative spin onto anything and everything.
On anything, yeah, yeah.
What we need to become the experts on is bringing the positivity
Mm-hmm.
out
Mm-hmm.
of
Mm-hmm.
out of the things that we are doing and what we have done. Learn from our steps that we have taken, right? Learn from those incidences take note of the positivities, the strengths, and the weaknesses, right? So that when we enter into the battlefield of life itself again, we know, we know how to defend ourselves. We know how to be offensive as well, to be on the attack. Yeah, so that we can gain victory now. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We have to stop being the beating stick, and we have to stop beating ourselves with the same stick as well.
Well, exactly. And as I said, it's all about the victory. Are we focusing on the victory and how we're going to get this victory? You understand? You see? I mean, to me, there's no point in just, I mean, I'll give you one simple example. It's like when you watch these cowboy movies and you see these people, they have a shelter, they have a wagon they're hiding behind, and these people riding around in the open, and they just get picked off. In today's, will you go and do the same thing?
No, of course not.
If you was to be,
of course not.
If you, exactly. You're not going to go there and in the open. You're going to dodge and come back, dodge and come back, dodge and come back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what you have to do, because you're open target there. That's you. So what you going to do? You have to develop a different tactic. You can't just march right in there and then they're picking you up. Boom, boom, boom. It's crazy.
Yeah. This is what I like about my time right now. We have been around when a lot of the things that we've experienced right now was not around at the time when we were young. They weren't around,
exactly
right, and we are living the benefits of the legacy of what was and what has happened. We are living the legacy, right? Even now, we can still take advantage of what needs to be done. But the only thing is that I feel, say, just like years ago, when it was deemed illegal to even allow a person of the African continent or descendant of the African continent to even read, not even to play an instrument, right? Not even to sing. Yeah. And look where we're there now. To such an extent that we make movements. We make them have to shift the balance. We make them have to shift the balance. You understand? Right? This is why I'm very happy that they got somebody like Donald Trump out there right now, just to wake them up and to wake us up to who the real enemy is. Yeah? Because when you really check it out, this man here, he's just doing what he like, and he's doing it out of revenge as well, because of the way how he lose after last time. He's doing it out of revenge, and him now got stop.
Yeah,
he now got stop.
No, even of course he's not going to stop.
Even if he kick them out, even if they kick him out, he's gonna say, "Yeah, but look what I was able to do." So who's the fool? Who's the fool? Huh? Who's the fool? Right? So when you look at it in that way, there, you have to just stand there and say, what's it? Play fool to catch wise.
Anyway, let me leave you to get your show.
Yeah, man. Thank you, yeah.
Yeah, thanks for accepting my call, brother.
All right then, brother. All right. You see all this thing, yeah? I was only gonna give him 5 minutes, look what I'm doing. Mm. Yeah, we better rather Akram there, man. Tell you. Anyhow, listen, my people, my people, we are at the point of where we need to make the change for ourselves and within ourselves. Let's strengthen each other. Without further ado, let's go into this Strong's midday meditation. Yes, sir. Selection, selection, selection. Boy, here we go. Yes, that's why I'm saying, Sister God, just me here. Sunshine, blue skies, the clouds have rolled away since you showed your face. Boy. Yeah. And though you have doubts, don't cry. Just wipe those tears away. It's a brand new day. Hey. I know you're feeling lost sometimes, like you can't find your way, but everything is gonna be okay. Just let your light shine through you. No, he won't lead you astray when you remember who you are. Girl, you're a shining star. You're a beautiful lady. Your light is beautiful. Lord of mercy, go on and shine your light upon us. Woman of the sun. Wow, it's yes. Woman of the sun. Yeah, it's the queen of Jamilia. Hey, thank you for the share, sir. Thank you for the sharing. Let's see what we can do now. Build the audience up, innit? But still your bless so sweet, that's mine, even when you're hurting. So many things you learn it. That's what we do every day. Smile, even though you're hurting. Just hold on to the trees. They're all you ever need. You're a beautiful lady. Mercy. Shine your light upon us. Oh, my love is mine. Oh, my love is keep on shining. You gotta keep on trying. Keep on trying. Shining so you work. You gotta keep on trying. You gotta keep on shining. You're in tune to the midday meditation here on the Galaxy upperwe.net.
good terms, but she pissed me off. Anytime the baby kindle, she gon' kiss me soft. Love could last 1,000 years if we agree to disagree. There'll always be chocolate and roses and kisses like you think it should be. So I'm learning the lessons of love. It's true. While I'm learning these lessons of love with you. Yes, I'm learning these lessons of love. It's true.
Very good.
Me and my ladies got some good times. This there
Oh,
but anytime that we rekindle,
greetings.
said I haven't reassured you, but that does not mean that I won't. Today I haven't said I love you, but that does not mean that I don't. So I'm learning these lessons of love. It's true. I'm learning these lessons of love with you. Yes, I'm learning these lessons of love. It's true, it's true, it's true. I'm learning these lessons of love with you, with you. Best is right, both you and I. Chemistry, another word to identify how you feel inside. Ecstasy, the other girls they won't stop crying about you and I. Jealousy, hey, come on right there with me. We've got to try and change the Me and my baby's back on good terms, but she's mine, oh mine. Me and her will rock together until the end of time. They can't break us apart. Too much love for you, baby. Just like the fizz of the heart, I never feel so crazy. Yeah. It's in me, all for you, just for me. Yes, indeed, only you, all for me. We can get over anything as long as we hey. Me and my baby's back on good terms. She's laughing like so easy. Life next to me, love next to you. Yeah, yeah. Love next to me, love next to you. Yes, and
Greetings.
I do. All for you, baby. I only love you, girl, but I will never put no one but you, girl. I only love you, girl, but I will never put no one but you, girl. I only love you, girl, but I will never put no one but you, girl.
We don't give because we have much. We don't give because we don't give because we have much. We give because we know what it's like not to have.
Yo, man, why, Chucky? Why? Man, embarrassed for let this tune there, you know, but I forgot to tell the people that thing, like, not every woman out there, Lord, you can trust, see it, and sin it. Yeah, man. Tell the story, man. A tale of caution. Hear this. Fear of thing.
Yes, I met a girl up west last Tuesday. She told me that she had no man. She had expensive things. Still I decided to go with the plan. Still I didn't know what she had up in store for me. Yes, I was oblivious to what I was supposed to see. Yeah, I tell you, she looked so good, she looked so good. Was blinded by her charms for real.
Like most of it.
Yo, what's up, bro? You want to know what? Check this out.
Ooh.
We arranged a date up in the Savoy next week, Friday, around 7 o'clock. Yeah. While we were out shopping,
Brother Lloyd, bro.
had her eye on a little red track. Yeah, out the back. She had the shoes to match, but not enough cash. She wanted me to buy a dress for her on her regret.
Like that one. Yes, big man. Bless up.
So of course the gentleman in me obliged. Didn't have a clue that ship what she had tried. I mean, I tell you, dang, she looks so good. She looks so good. Blinded by her charms for real. Yeah. Friday read 7 o'clock sharp. A little up to capture her heart. A bunch of roses in my hand. But I past 7 can't see no one. So chunky bandana in a the room. He kind of sharp bunch of roses too. Yellow to the eye, looks up his reply. Asking what is needed here. This is his reply. On a date, she can't wait. It's a prerogative, her name is Kate. Standing tall, around 5'8". Red and tobacco dress, shoot so much, yeah. The penny dropped, alarm bell starts to ring. Chucky, we've been playing, LB, we've been playing. No, I didn't know what she had up in store for me. Yes, I was oblivious to what I was supposed to see. Gentleman to our charms, yes, we apply. Didn't have a clue to the ship what she has tried. Yeah, me I tell you, dang, she looks so good, she looks so good. We were blinded by her charms for real. That's what will happen when you get played.
That's what will happen when you get played.
That's what will
Happen when you get played.
That's what will happen. That's what.
Yes, you're in tune to the midday meditation here on the galaxyofawee.net on the Blacknificent Radio Show. Standing, standing, standing.
Stop the clock. Turn back the hands. Would I turn back the clock to your hand in mine? I'm stuck in the middle. Which way to go? I know. Back down the easy street, on to somewhere. Take a breath, a deep breath, and my side. Put one foot over in my eyes to the sky. Move on, move on, regardless of time. Tonight, there's a time I can't get to. I lay down.
Whoa. Yes, this is how we do it now. Too much to choose from, innit?
Sometimes pretend to be your friend. Smiling faces, show no traces. The evil that lurks within. Smiling faces, sometimes they don't tell you. Smiling faces, they'll last. And I got alone. Amen. Remember, so when I'm saying, smiling faces, sometimes they don't tell you. Smiling faces, they'll lie.
I'll hold you back. Faces, faces.
Don't let her handshake and the smile fool you. Take my advice, I'm only trying to school you. Smiling faces, sometimes they don't tell the truth. Smiling faces, tell lies. And I got
Don't lie. They don't lie. No.
when I sharing the night. When I
Hold on, it's just another one. It's not that one. It's not that one I want to play. It's not that one I want to play. One.
oh ja, oh ja, ja, oh ja. In the name of my Father, glorious, your brother, your mother, and your father. Will be long. Oh, Jah, Jah, oh, Jah, oh, Jah, Jah. You Unity means coming together. No matter what the way. Just like birds of one feather, we must all stick together. Oh, Jah, Jah, oh, oh, Jah, oh, Jah, oh. In the name of my Father, I must abide by the scripture. Show respect to your extend thy love to thy neighbor. Oh, Jah, oh, Jah, oh, Jah, oh, oh, Jah, oh, Jah, oh, Jah. A man shall reap according to his labor. According to his labor. So give thanks and praise, Jah, oh, Jah. For the thing that you do shall surely carry you through. And the words that you say bring peace in every way. Oh, Jah, 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 oh, Jah, oh, Jah, oh, Jah, Jah, oh. In the name of my Father, love your sister and your brother. Love your brother. Honor your mother and your father. And thy day will be longer. Name of my Father. Name of my Father.
All right. Oh, better put the microphone up in it. All right, my people. That was our midday meditation. That's this strong. Yes, sir. Okay, I'm gonna do it. 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 I'm going to do this. Well, we always talk about him. So let me come. This was an interview. This was an interview that was shared in a jovial way, but in some ways, let's read between the lines in here. So without further ado, I bring to the ancestral voices. And in this history of in this month of historical evidence, I bring my brother and our good friend, Satanas.
Okay. When you say lust of the flesh, what exactly do you mean?
Come on now. What do I mean? Isn't it obvious? I just use humans' own innate physical desires against them. And since sexual desire seems to be the most powerful, I usually run with that. Now, I didn't create sex, but I must say I've done a superb job at perverting it. Take pornography, for example. Well, you should know a lot about this one, Ivan. Weren't you addicted to porn?
This interview is about you, not about me. Can we get back on subject?
Now, where was I? Oh, yeah. What I do is gradually get someone addicted to porn. And once lust has had its full work and he and she can no longer restrain themselves, they usually look to act out their fantasies on someone. And sometimes that someone is a child. Now, my plan plays out perfectly. That abused child will eventually turn to a life of promiscuity and perversion themselves, allowing me to continue my vicious cycle. And here's the kicker. Many of those abused girls end up right in the porn industry. Now, how's that for irony?
The second thing you had mentioned, I believe, you said lust of the flesh, lust of the eyes. Can you elaborate?
Humans are never satisfied. You always crave more. Bigger house, bigger car, more money, more power. The list goes on and on. I just take their natural ambitious desire, pervert it, and use it against them for their own destruction. My plan is to allow them to never be content. As long as I can keep them craving what others have, I can depend on them to argue, fight, even kill to get it. Humans are so easily tricked into jealousy. And you know what they say. Jealousy is as cruel as the grave.
Yes, I have heard that before. The last thing you had mentioned was, I believe, pride of life. Now, how does this fit into your campaign platform?
Humans are always on a quest for knowledge. I tricked the first humans to seek carnal knowledge over godly wisdom, and it's worked like a charm every generation since. With more knowledge comes more pride. And you know pride is my specialty. And since humans don't like to keep God in their wisdom, I'm able to seduce them with all types of things to help puff up their ego. Lately, fame has been my biggest seller. Who doesn't like attention and feeling more important than the next person? And once I make them famous, I can really use them to promote my agenda. With their help, I've convinced half of the world to not only accept sin, but to celebrate it. Do you know what has been my most enjoyable pride campaign to date?
No, what?
Well, my gay pride campaign, of course. Not only do I get the chance to promote your own self-destruction, I get to use God's logo, the rainbow, to do it. Love is love, right? My plan not only prevents you worthless humans from reproducing, it distorts the gender roles and allows me to bring all types of chaos and confusion upon your pathetic societies. It's been so successful, I've got men convinced they're women, and women convinced they're men, and some convinced they're no gender at all. And I've got 2 more Pride Initiative campaigns I'd like to introduce in the near future.
Really? I'm guessing you probably want me to ask you what they are, right?
Well, first, it's abortion pride. Now, I think we can pull this off. Society is definitely ready for it. I've enlisted to help a Planned Parenthood to work with marketing and promotions. And all we'll have to do is silence the so-called abolitionists and pro-lifers, because the rest of the church doesn't seem to care. And second is pedophilia pride. Now, society might not be ready.
I don't think y'all ready for that one. I've been saying, I don't know if I've said this publicly, but I've been saying, just wait until the world tries to make it okay to be attracted to children, and they start allowing people to identify as being attracted to children. We're already seeing it. Minor attracted people, MAPS.
21D is a team-delivered clinical solution.
What that basically means is we've got teams of clinicians, nurses, bioengineers working together to produce the optimal balance of compromises for every patient.
We're already seeing it. They're saying that they're born this way, that there's nothing that they can do to change it. But they're saying that, hey, these people who are minor attracted, they would never act on it.
Let's change gears for a minute and talk about policy. Some may consider your policies destructive, dangerous even. What would be your response to that? What would you say to your detractors?
All of my policies are aimed to do one of 3 things: either steal, kill, or destroy. And if it's not doing one or all 3 of those things, then it's not in my agenda and I'm not promoting it.
Okay. I'm happy you said that. It seems as if you promote your agenda differently to different to different ethnicities? If so, why?
Of course, I'd be a fool not to. Take Black people, for instance. As a people, they're super spiritual. So I can't really convince them that there is no God. What I have been able to do as of late is convince them that he's not the God of the Bible. Now, I've been real successful at promoting Black consciousness and Islam in their communities.
I'm so happy you
Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? You know,
I get about it.
mentioned Black people. It seems as if we've been at
it's
the
coming,
very
it's
top
coming.
of the agenda for quite some time. Why is that?
I mean,
A few reasons. Black people helped me reach the masses. Now, as you know, I was over music in heaven. My beats were so dope, I got over a third of the angels to follow me. And once I got here to the earth, I needed artists and entertainers to help me promote my message here. Who better than Black people? Black people possess all the natural rhythm and music ability that I need. And it's easy for me to influence them with money since so many of them grew up without it. Another reason I target Black people is because they're strong mentally and physically. If Black men were to ever find their identity in Christ, I'd be in trouble. So I try my best to destroy the Black family structure and keep Black men away from his family and the church. Drugs and incarceration are a couple of my more popular means. Without the head of the household present, I can become the head and influence the children without too much resistance.
So you mean to tell me that your policies are intentionally racist against Black people?
Racist? This has got to be the best law I've ever come up with. Now, I can't believe that humans still believe they're different races. But to answer your question, yes. It has always been my policy to target and isolate a group of people. And out of all my strategies, this skin color thing has worked the best. I definitely want to keep white people and Black people separated. As long as I can keep Black people bitter and white people offended, I'm good. Hopefully Black people will never forgive. That way I can continue to use them.
Okay. My question is, what role, if any, does your administration play in this Black on Black crime epidemic?
Well, as great as my administration is, we can't take all the credit for this. Black people help us tremendously. By aborting so many of their babies, they allow us to bring death to their communities.
He's spitting. He's spitting.
Yes, I.
When implementing all of these policies, do you ever face any resistance or pushback? And if so, from who?
One group in particular try to oppose every policy I try to implement. I would be so much further along in my agenda if it wasn't for them.
Really? So what group is that?
Those pesky, born-again Jesus followers. They're a real thorn in my side. Every generation, they come together and try to dismantle one of my signature policies. Now, I've convinced half of the world that Jesus didn't exist and the other half that he wasn't divine. But I can't seem to convince them. They seem hell-bent on telling everybody about him and spreading his message. And some of them believe he's coming to unseat me in this generation. Crazy, huh? I'll tell you, those idiots are really messing with my legacy.
So, Lucifer, how does that make you feel when us idiots say that Jesus possibly could be coming back in this generation to unseat you?
And y'all been saying that for centuries. I just use it as motivation to get as much of my agenda pushed through and deceive as many people as possible before he returns. I think I've done pretty well. My record speaks for itself. About 150,000 people die each day, and most of them don't know Jesus.
Jeez.
150,000 people. Whew. Well, you know what? This concludes our interview. I want to say thank you for an open, honest, pretty frank discussion with me. Is there any last words you would like to leave with our viewing audience?
Yes. I'd like to take this moment and give a special thank you to two groups of people.
Uh-oh.
First, I want to say thank you to all my followers. You are the hands and feet of my administration, and we could do nothing without you. Keep up the good work, spread my message. And second, I'd like to say thank you to the divided church. I love the way you argue and use your passions to fight amongst each other. Keep up the good work. There's really no rush to tell people about Jesus. You all have plenty of time.
Yep. Yep. I did it. I did it. I know. Yep, I did it. Why we treat each other in this way.
No matter what we do, we are. God will see us through. We are. And that's the way it is. We try to make each other sad. We know how we make each other feel so bad. We got so much, but all behind that so. Deep down in your heart, we are. And that's the way it is. The silly games we play. We love,
All right, let me see now. I was on this one, wasn't I? Yes.
Ooh, yeah. Ah. Oh, yeah. Brothers and sisters, good day. You and the man can just sing, say, all of mercy. Sometimes it's hard trying to make it, believe you me, in order to achieve, go forth and take it, set yourself free. With obstacles in your way, you may fall before you rise. But if you want good thing, you know that you run. So get up and keep your eyes on the prize. And that's part of your plan, you feel have ambition. The Almighty One, that's your foundation. Nobody get to change switch because that's definitely wrong. Don't forget your friends. Remember God not sleep. And though you rob a man and you get to a last week, you fall about that ski, but you're beating one sweet. God don't silence, you run big. Throughout history, lots of great men and women who went about things the old-fashioned way. They just kept on winning and winning. So stop. Step up in life and go for what you know. You got to shine. Remove the doubt out your mind and let it flow. Oh yeah. Brothers and sisters, good day. Respect the shining, I say. This is what Donovan King say. Be not moved by smart remarks, so you think them with him. Keep on moving, boy, gotta be strong. You don't indulge himself in it. Strong. Step up in life and go for what you know. You got to strive. Remove the doubt from out your mind and let good flow. All right, let's go. With obstacles in your way, you may fall before you rise. But if you want good thing, you know that to run. So get up and keep your eyes on the prize. And don't start on your plan, you feel up on mission. The Almighty One, that's your foundation. Nobody can preach and switch because that's definitely wrong. Don't forget your friends and where you come from. If you are sleeping, remember God not sleep.
Never man and you get well off it. Stop all about the street, but you're beating one street. Got to know silent river, you know him run deep. Throughout history, lots of great men and women who went about with the old-fashioned way. They just kept on winning and winning. So shine, step up in life and go for what you know. You got to shine. Remove the doubt from out your mind and let them flow. Yeah.
Yes. All right. So that was our midday meditation. Yeah. Yes, I did it. I brought all satanic himself into the house of the galaxy. Let me hear what I'm gonna say. Hey, oh, gosh. As I say, when I saw it, I saw this a few years ago, and I thought, it being Black History Month, too much of the should we or shouldn't we? Should we or shouldn't we? And also, what's the other one we're hearing? I don't follow them things there, right? And it's American and all them things there, right? All right, and let me just give you a lineup. And I did touch into it with Brother Akram earlier on today. All right, somebody should have told me said that we changed the channel inside the studio. You see how you're tricky. You're tricky. Anyway, I'm hoping that everything is coming through clear, loud and clear, as we try to be here on the galaxy. Hold on. Let me just turn this on off a little bit. That's it. It's okay? Yes. Right. So, anyhow, let me just break this one down for you. Right. Obviously, seeing and not doing. Seeing and not doing. This is one of the things that we've been facing for so long in our communities, outside of our communities, day in, day out. And when I say day in, day out, I literally mean every day. How? They'll have some big talk about it in their public mediums, radio, TV, out there. About, it's so terrible the way things are. But what do? Leaders of this world do. They come with other policies to undermine, downgrade, or degrade the people of the world. And of course, most of the citizens anyhow, they don't have no behavior. They have no behavior. Right? So therefore, when they're coming with their nasty behavior and they're going to other foreign lands, they are the ones that are bringing shame and dishonor to any of them and every one of them. They're bringing the shame and dishonor to all of them out there. Right? And this is why when them come in with this, we need to take action on our part. It's not a case of they're doing it over there. They're doing it to themselves. Because as much as what they are doing to themselves, they're pushing it into face of ours, us. They're pushing it in our face all the time. So therefore, let we take on something now. Let we take on the morality of living as a human being. Let we stand up for who we are. Let me stand up and show them levels. Let me show them how true living can be. Because if we don't do this and we don't take action, guess what will happen? I don't have to tell you to guess anyhow, because you know what will go happen. Because we're living it right now. We're living it right. Total confusion. How can a person, man or woman, be standing up for their right? Pro-life, you know. And then they said, you're wrong to do that. You're wrong to be teaching your child about pro-life. They have a choice if they want to have it or not. They have a choice. The choice should be pro-life, no matter what. No matter what. I'm trying to think of the place now. I'm trying to think of the place where they made it illegal. And I was hearing it recently. It will come to me. It will come to me. Right? There was a place where I don't know if you lot can help me out here, sir. Right? Where is a place that they recently banned abortions. They banned it. And I was surprised that they would bring something like that in there. Right? That it is illegal to have an abortion. I'm surprised they did it, but you know. Yeah. This is the type of actions that people are gonna have to take. But the thing is now, what you know? It's not the fact that they're banning the abortion. It's the fact they're not fixing the morality of the people. They're not fixing the morality of those who are participating in this and then having children. Okay, all right then. Just got a message from our sister Sandra. She won't be able to join us today. That's no problem. They have no standard to hold themselves to in the first place. Right? Then just take it like it's a natural thing. Yeah? And the thing is, that where do you start? And obviously, the obvious answer is going to be within the household, within the homes, right? Within the home. If they start this moral standard, a moral etiquette Where's another place they're going to have to start doing it? Right? And it's obviously under those things that are feeding them the immorality of life. The immorality of life. Now, where would you say that is the most prevalent? The most prevalent right here, right now, because I'm going to tell you, it's done almost on an hourly basis, that there would be some kind of immoral act that is push up in your face or even squeeze into your ears without you even realizing it. I'm going to give you an analogy of this. For years and years, they've been speaking, telling us about healthy eating, right? If anything, they have been underselling it, under telling us about what is right to eat. This is my analogy. I'm a person, even from a child, a young child, I don't like cheese. Hold on, brother Commoner. There we go. Got you. Yes. I don't like cheese. Let me just finish this piece here, my brother. I don't like cheese. And when I see it in its raw form, right? It literally makes my body go into its own revulsion for cheese, right? And then they try to process it into other things. And you'll be surprised, how much they try to push this thing into you. Now, if you're a person who's lactose intolerant, right? Lactose intolerant, you'd be surprised at the processes that thing and what that is involved in. So therefore, just like that, they're pushing it up into everything that they can. Right? They push it up into everything that they can. So if you was a person who's lactose intolerant and you don't like them things there, obviously you're going to be attuned to what is, and you're going to avoid it. Now, let me switch it now to the television, radios, advertising. How much advertising you see on the street? Where here's a new blockbuster film, and then there'll be somebody posing with gun, knife, right? How much of them film you see there, right? And that is what they're doing. It's the same poison, right? And then they talk about, oh, this person's having an affair, and such a great person this person is. Yes, that's what they're glorifying right now. So to unalive a child is nothing. That has nothing. It has no effect on any of them. Good afternoon, my brother. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Amsterdam. Yeah, hope that you're all right, and I hope everybody who is tuning at the moment, whether it's morning, they're midday, afternoon, or night, everybody feeling fantastic. 2nd of October. Yeah, 2025. You know what I mean? Everything bright. Yeah, the aim of guess what? I found out the other day that the paramedic service that we know today. Yeah. Guess who brought that? Yeah, guess who brought that into existence?
Oh, existence.
Yeah. Black people in America. Yeah. Google the Freedom House ambulance service.
Oh, yes, they did.
Yeah?
They did. That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
The paramedic service, not the ambulance service. The ambulance is different.
No. What they were doing
is the people inside of the ambulance.
That's right.
Care for the patient.
That's right.
Yeah?
What they were doing, they were like they started off, if I recall, they started off just providing a service for those who were being injured, and then they were giving them like first aid, as what they were called, right? And then they would take them to the hospital and everything.
Yeah. But we created that because the white people that used to do it, they only used to come and pick you up, put you in the back of a hearse, because they used to use the same thing as that carry the coffin. In the early they used to use that to carry injured people. If you drop down a road, and they get care, and if it's one of us, they never turned up at all. They totally ignore it. So once again, we are so inventive, right? That when our backs is against the wall,
we produce.
We find a way to relieve the problem. So a group of black men, got together and said enough is enough. We are losing too many people. Nobody cares about us. And they got together and they created the first paramedic service. In other words, started in America by black people in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And it spread right across the world. So every man, black woman, child, and things like that, we should all stand up, push our chest out, and say, we do that, really, you know what I mean? Because when I heard that, I felt so proud, and my head big, no blouse and skirt, and I'm walking a bit more.
Those are the
like that, because it is a lifesaver. And I bet a lot of people, you grew up with accent, but I bet that a lot of people who are hearing us now didn't have a bloody clue.
No.
No. That I saw it go, right? And you can say differently, but we know say a lie, you know a lie, because I never did. I did always attribute that to the other people over the other side, not knowing that that is coming strict is a black thing. You get me? That is a black thing, really. You know what I mean? So that's very good. And guess what? That was in 1967, right? The paramedic service came into existence in America. And 8 years after that, the wicked them, Babylon, the Gentiles, them, the wicked them came in, and got rid of it and put them in blood cleat front, and they never say nothing. They bury it, them put that underneath the duvet, brethren.
Look how, right? I mean, like you gave the dates. He gave the dates there, right? I thought it was a bit further back than that.
No, man,
but it was true. It was true.
Brethren.
Yeah. And the thing is that remember that's in my lifetime, you know.
It's just over them thing that is as young as most of us age who is listening to them. Because 67 until now is just 50 years.
That's right.
Like
That's right. Just round the corner.
Just round the corner, and we do it, and it's and 8 years after we come up with that to say Black Lives and everybody is benefit from it now. The blood clean white boy them, yeah. But yeah, get rid of that and put pure white people up front.
Oh yes.
Yeah, and never mention nothing about the Freedom House ambulance service. Yeah, the Freedom House paramedic ambulance service. Yeah. Yeah, you see me? 8 years after that, they got rid of it. Them little dirty, nasty blouse and skirts. Yeah.
The thing, you know the thing that what I always when I see things like this, right? Because obviously you might get a glimpse of it on like some posting or whatever, you know. But once you do your research into it, you know, you realize, say, wow, imagine now if the tables were turned, right? If the tables were turned because of the kindness and again, as I'm just talking about it, the moral standards that we exhibited over the years. Imagine now if the tables were turned, right? How much of them would be saved right now? How much of them you know, like how people are suffering when they don't have no work, right? They literally just dash them on the street, and then they say that they're legal to even stand on the street in some place they saw. You understand? They make it a law. Hold on. Let me just finish this piece. They make it even a law, right, to not feed the people out there. So even if you go out there and say, oh, let me just help you out something, you will get charged for that. You will get charged for that. They make it illegal. What type of society is that, man? What type of society is that? You understand? Even over Yasso in England, right? I see this young man is there in the Croydon area. Now he's moving around to different area like Brixton and all them things there. And him having little trolley and I cook up soup and I give out to certain people and all them things. And he's documenting it, right? And they're fighting him down because he is providing something for them, for homeless people. Yeah? Street living people. And the society and system have fight him down for that. Instead of saying, you know something, we got an issue here. Let's try and resolve it in some way. But no, they would prefer to stop somebody doing something about it and let it go on.
Yeah, but you don't know that black people is the moral compass from planet Earth. You don't know that, and you don't know that we are life givers. You don't know that them lot is life takers. Yeah, I just as plain and simple. We are life givers. Yeah, and them lot is life takers.
Well,
and we are the moral compass on planet Earth. If it doesn't come through us, yeah, it's rotten. It's off. Yeah, it's off. It's totally off.
Yeah,
you see me. And I would like to say as well, everything that you see that is going on, and in when the paramedic come in, like every clearing the throat,
processes,
and everything that they are using,
blood transfusion
that they are using today,
blood transfusion, heart operation, open heart operations, blood transfusion. All them things there.
The first heart operation was done by a black man, innit? Not that white guy that did it in South Africa. That they're trying to say he did it in South Africa. No, the first heart operation, open heart surgery was done by people who look like us. Hockey, the game of hockey was ice hockey, that is. Was first played by us in Nova Scotia. That is a fact. Ice hockey. People, listen up, people. Ice hockey that I used to watch and think it's a white thing. It's not a white thing. We was the first one to play that in Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia.
Yeah. They had their own team and everything.
Huh?
They had their own team and everything up there, sir.
And they had their own team and they were bloody unbeatable. Yes, so when you see they make Jamaica bobsleighing team a joke, everybody did like black people don't know nothing about them thing there. You see them people there, I lie them a tell because we first start play ice hockey and them a play ice hockey now like them blood cleat was the first one to actually
actually I was reading about that probably last month I was reading about that.
All right.
It did make me laugh because right now like in the the skiing and all them things there, right? There's a couple of them start come true now. A couple of them start come true. Like there's a young boy there. You know the snowboarding.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So they somehow they made it into some kind of sport and everything like this. And there's this young brother there, and he's just out there playing. He's playing with it, and he's dominating the whole of the thing.
Jamaica got a good roller skate. Them guys there. What you call them thing, them and that thing, and them jump over thing, and them go on with all kind. Yeah. Jamaica got a boy out there that is well up in them thing there. World class. Yeah. Really good. Him does do something on them skateboard on the road that you just have to go, wow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But like we don't know, you know what I mean? We are the moral compass from planet Earth, really. You know what I mean? We are the flagship. All right. Anyway, incidentally, about not the last time it was on, but the time before then, you was talking about the girl who got stabbed on the bus in public. Yeah.
Oh yes.
If you was on that bus and see that situation after, what? Yeah, I did one.
No, I'm gonna say, and this is a truth. This is a truth, right?
Yeah. What would
I instinctively would want to try and help.
Yeah.
I would instinct because I've had it that people get injured and things like that, right? And before I know and I turn around, I'm the only one there trying to help the person.
Yeah, well, you're brave.
You know, right? And I can understand as well. I can understand because like when something like that, people go into shock, right? You know what I mean? Especially if there's blood and all them things there. Is there blood and things like that?
You're brave. Yeah. My concern would be 100% like yours, but to actually for me to go and physically intervene, right? No. No,
and I said that's why I said this is why I say
I would stand back and be there right to the very end.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Yes.
But for me to actually go and intervene, yeah, you know what I mean? No. I ain't gonna. I'm not gonna do that because sometimes the bystander, just come off words.
Yeah. But you know what it is. You know what it is with me, right? I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why my instinct would be to do that, right? Because of the training that I'd done.
Right.
And because of the work that I had done as well, with the security and all them things there and all that, right? So my instinct is to be in that preservation space, right? I've had people been throwing up and all them things there, right? Serious damage, fierce and cut up and all them things there, right? And I'm giving them like first aid and all that just to ensure that them all right or whatever, all them things there, right? And I've seen man who I've been working with, right, turn around and say, no, and all them things there. You understand? And then I said, well, boy, you know what? It's just the nature of what it is, what you have to do. You know?
Yeah.
Right? And they say, no, I can't do that. I'm like thinking, rah. I saw your life got, you know?
Yeah,
but I do understand because, like, you know, the majority, and I'm going to say the majority of people, right, would not do it. They would not do it. Yeah. So, you know, it's not.
Yeah,
It's,
I would do it. I would do it only if I was like you. I've had a little self-defense training, and I'm at a certain level. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because
you have to some
like
proficiency.
That, really, you don't really make trouble with somebody that you don't. Strangers, you don't really make trouble with total strangers because you don't know what that person is like, what the person got on them, and blah blah blah, their character, their thing. Yeah, you know what I mean? The majority of people who get murdered or killed, man, woman, and child, they are killed by people that they know. Comfortable with.
I've seen
right?
that. Yeah? I've seen that.
That is a scientific fact. Yeah. Right. Yeah. It would be very unusual for me to leave here and go to somewhere totally that I haven't been before and lose my life unless I put myself in an area that I know. Yeah, that is notorious for that. But if you're normal, you know what I mean, the likelihood of you being murdered or something like that, you get me, is zero to none really, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I know. I as I say, I do understand exactly where you're coming from, right? I know that. But then again, this is why as you know, as you have been listening to me over the years, I encourage those to get to know, like, even your neighbor, right? Get to know your youngs who's around you, right? Make sure that they know who you are as well, because at some time, you know, they might have to be running for their life. You understand? So imagine if they're running for their life now and they come and run into your house. Yeah? And what best you can do is what? Close the door, innit? Right? Yeah. But they're running for their life. Right? But if you don't know them, if you don't know who they are, then that's another thing again.
Yeah. It's a different story. Yeah, definitely.
You understand?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And we have to talk real. We have to talk real and be real about this thing, you know. Yeah. We have to. Right? Because like when I'm seeing a lot of these youngs out there, yes, I know, you know, the way how some of them dress and all that, they're not doing themselves any favors. But yeah, at the same time, right? They don't know until it reach at them house, reach at them.
Yeah,
right?
True.
Because you know, imagine a youth walking along the road, right? And this is the type of thing that does happen, right? They're walking along the road. And then all of a sudden, a car pull up, five or six youth jump out of a car now, right? And then that's where something could happen, right? And that's just walking along the road. This is not only the police, but this is other young people who are looking for young people to go and mess up their life. Yeah. Right. If I tell you over the last, I would say 2 months, right? Even on my little quiet area they saw down in New Cross Gate there, right? No, down in New Cross Gate, right?
Yeah.
I know of 4. I know of 4 murders down there.
New Cross isn't quiet, man. Yeah, I'm in New Cross every day because my favorite cook-up, my favorite cook shop, right?
Yeah.
Anybody who don't know what cook shop is, takeaway in English, but it's cook shop in Jamaica.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. You're
All
right.
that smoky jerkies.
My favorite cook shop is in New Cross, and yeah, there's a whole lot of stabbing and stuff going up in. I passed one earlier this year. Yeah, about 6 months ago. Earlier this year, looked like the guy did just got stabbed because I saw the paramedics there. You know what I mean? Assisting the person on the floor.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I never thought it was that serious. And days after, I drive past there again, and I saw a whole bunch of flowers and candles and 1 and 2 people standing in the spot. You know what I mean? Yeah. And plus they did kill. Yeah, they did murder as well about a month, 5 weeks ago. By New Cross Gate Station.
That's right. That's right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I'm always in the Peckham area and New Cross Gate and all that. Because like I said, I eat in that area. You know what I mean? I eat and water. I eat and water myself in that area. You know what I mean? And New Cross. New Cross is. Yeah, not all of New Cross anyway.
No.
Most of New Cross, isn't as tranquil, as what Babylon would like to make it out to be. Really, you know, I think more things happening in New Cross than it happens in blows and stuff. Yeah? Serious thing. Yeah, I'm always on the road and I go everywhere. My license allow me to go. Yeah.
Okay.
I've got the green.
You got the green badge.
License permit me to go everywhere.
Yeah. Watch it now. You see. All right, then, because obviously, I'm just talking in my local area, like 3 or 4 blocks from where I live. You understand? Right. So, but yes, it does happen. It does happen, and this is why I say that the youngs need to know who they can trust, right? And like even if you're on the street, you can name them as well. You understand?
It's not so much, Aston. It's not so much. Yeah, the younger people, they feel marginalized. They feel left behind. They feel nobody don't business with them. And they frustrated, right? And they got nowhere else to take out their anger from to relieve their anger, and so they take it out on each other. You know what I mean? If they get a job, 2 twos, they come in and the man is gonna tell them, there's no more work for you, and all sorts of things like that. They feel left behind, they feel marginalized, they feel what is the use here? You know what I mean? No one loves me, no one cares about me. So you know what I mean? Just study, you know what I mean? You look for me too bad, I'm gonna hurt you, brethren, because I don't love myself. So I ain't gonna love you, and that's the way me see it. I go really, you know what I mean?
No. Listen. I'm hearing what you're saying, right? I can't dispute what you're saying either, right? But the thing is that from my perspective now, right? This is why I say, make sure that them know your face. Make sure you know their faces as well, right? And the fact is that obviously they can decide whether they want to engage with you or not, right? Because I remember like even seeing a couple of my youth, youngs in my area, right? And then I've gone over to North London and I see them over there, so right? And I said to them, what are you doing over here? He goes, oh, I'll come to see my cousin and all that, you know. So I just thought I'd bring my friend them just in case. You understand, right? And I said, well, look, I'm in the area. When you're ready, right? If you're ready, you can get a lift back and all them things there and all that. You understand, right? But the thing is that because I knew who they were, right? Then I thought, obviously, I was concerned to say, what am I doing there, sir? And then, like, obviously, they trust me enough to tell me where I'm going. Yeah? You see? So you know, in that way there, it was kind of like a protection as such, right? Because they know say, all right, they at least like in the area of blah blah blah, whatever, whoever. You understand? Yeah. And this is unfortunately to say, and probably in a good way. At least they can turn around the corner and say, "Oh, I know this person here, so I can go hang round with him," and like, you know, yeah. So it's all right though. But the thing is that we have to look after the welfare of our children, right? Right. And also not only I mean, like, obviously I'm thinking more on the young men, but also the young women as well. The young women.
Yeah. These days I see them on the street. Yeah, especially on the weekend. These days, the woman them and the man them, their behavior is toxic. You can't tell. Yeah, the woman them these days, the vicious no blouse and skirts. Really, you know what I mean? Yeah. All them cyclists on the road, them woman cyclists and all them things that them ride bad on the road. You know what I mean? And if you wind down your window and say anything, yeah, and say anything to them, really, you know what I mean? Before you say it, yeah, you better make sure so the road ahead of you is clear.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna come and give you a mouthful, or if they don't give you a mouthful, they try to break off your
mirror.
Yeah, your side mirrors. Yeah, are they punch your vehicle or something like that? How about it done to me? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's vicious.
Yes.
Vicious. Yeah. The behavior, both men and women, and is really toxic. And even now, the way the girls them are dressed on the road these days, blouse and skirts. Tell you, the whole of them. Yeah, the whole of them front out, you know.
There was a time,
and the time cold, and all when you feel a little bit cold and things like that, we say, but wait, don't these people feel? I warm them body warm, so oh my goodness. Oh wow, you know, it's like soon in the next 30, 40 years, it's happening already, but it's gonna be more prevalent in the next 30 or 40 years. You're gonna
I don't even know how we're gonna go out there.
Walk on the road and you see people physically having a dugu on the side of the road, playing like how you would see somebody stop and eating something from the side of the road. Yeah, in the next
that wouldn't surprise me, you know. That would not surprise me.
In the next 30, 40 years, that is coming. It's there already, but
in
the public.
There you go. You see, you take it out of my mouth there now.
It's there already, because I've seen some behavior over in Holborn and things like that, like 1 o'clock and in the morning and all them farmer things there. You get me? Yeah, places like King's Cross and not so much now from
it's not as how it used to be around there.
Not so much now they developed. Now they got the transatlantic the train that go over to France and thing, and they developed the area really nicely. Yeah, it's unrecognizable to those who knows what it used to be, boy. But in the next 30, 40, in the next 50 years, that behavior will be in Europe, in all over the world.
You know what I feel that it was going to happen. You know what I feel is going to happen, right? I don't know if you've ever been to the Netherlands. You've been there?
No.
Well, over there they got a legalization of it.
Oh right, yeah. I know that the Holland and
that's right.
The Netherlands
right.
is
and I feel that it will creep over yourself. It will creep over yourself. Right?
Yeah, man. and weekends, Oxford Street, Piccadilly, Regent Street, all them things that you got down there, boy, and I tell you, if you don't have control over yourself to blouse and skirt.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, the girl them just a skin up. Yo, boy, me I tell you. Yeah, well, the younger the under 30s and things don't see nothing wrong with it. So yeah, this
is why I'm giving that type of talk today, right? And the reason why I'm saying this is because, you know, more often than not, it is going on, but we're not talking about it.
Oh yeah,
we're not talking about it, right? So therefore, you know, when you push yourself to the front and you say, all right, then we have to talk about this because it is literally happening, right? The youngs are seeing it as a way of how they can monetize themselves and all them things there, right? We have to keep a control on this, and it's not only the young girl them too who's doing it, right? It's not the young girls them too.
Man, everybody, man and woman are doing it. Yeah, man and man, man and woman is doing it. The standard has really oh man, I tell you, you know, it's yeah, you know,
it's like you lost for words, right?
But maybe it's because I've got something. Yeah, I've got something to look back on.
Well, listen, look where we come from.
Yeah, you look back on, and
right.
When I look back and when I examine what is happening now, I prefer to when I was coming up rather than as it is now. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you a question. How long you been on the taxis now?
Taxi this year made 20 years.
Right.
November next month. Yeah.
So you
the end of November will be my 20th anniversary of driving taxi, and another 7 years put on that for me to get the badge. So altogether, from the beginning, from the inception until now, is about 27 years. The first 7 years was the learning of the street and that malarkey and things like that. Yeah, but I'm actually moving people around London now. Yeah, next month will be my 20th anniversary driving London taxis. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So when you over that period of time, right? Because it's about the same time that I was doing the knowledge as well, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, you know, we had the free run of England, right? As a young person, we had the free run of England. Yeah. Now, when you see it now, right, you could tell who and what profession and everything else was going on now, everything back in our day, right? Yeah. You mentioned about the way them dress and everything now. Could you really honestly point out who and who is in that profession or not now? Not directly, you know.
No.
Right? Because it goes right up and down the whole echelons of society now. You understand? Right? So when we right turn around and saying we have to look out for our own, right? We really do have to look out for our own.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's self-evident, isn't it? It's very self-evident.
Yes.
Very self-evident indeed. Yeah, nobody's gonna come and save us.
No.
Like you always say, no Jesus is gonna come and international rescue with Jesus Christ at the head of it. You're gonna come and save I and I, sistering and I and I. No, we gonna have to do it by ourselves, like the Freedom House ambulance service in America had to come up with something. They just got together one day and said, listen, enough is enough. We got to do something for us. And by we doing something for us, yeah, it bringing other people, you know what I mean? And that is it. And it's been like that from since what, 1699. Right. So I'll say from since 1492 when Christopher come Robert, make his voyage. As it is then, so it is now. No, but we gonna have to do things for ourselves. And recently, Ethiopia has proven that because Ethiopia has built a dam, and they all did it with all Ethiopian effort. Ethiopia never borrowed jack shit from nobody. So the cooperative thing, kind of, it does work because we have got a perfect example of that. And the dam is no little squab, think dam. It's a damn good dam. But incidentally, Haile Selassie suggested that years and years ago. Yeah, but his vision was too much for people at that time. And they managed to do that now. And now Ethiopia do not have to depend on Egypt anymore. You know what I mean? Because Egypt used to muck about with the flow of the Nile. You get me?
That's right.
Yeah, but now Ethiopia gives thanks to that Ethiopia has now sorted it out, and they can supply every single part of Ethiopia with good quality electricity. You know what I mean? So it can be done. We can. Well, we don't know everything from planet Earth. You know what I mean? Everything that you use every minute of the day are black people, white people.
Well, we've had a hand in a lot of developments here.
Yeah, everything from planet Earth, from the gate that you open to the light switch that you switch on, to your TV.
You know the one was coming to my mind
that you sit on. Everything are we doing that, but you don't know. The white man, when we go to patent it, the white man tell us to go.
That's right. That's right.
And him patent it and put his name on it.
Put his name on it. That's right. That's right. That's what they used to do.
And that is that. I also found out that it was Jamaica that helped Britain in the Industrial Revolution, because there was a part of Jamaica whereby we used to do things with steel and thing, and we used to be able to take our steel was hard, wasn't brittle, because we were taking the certain chemical out of it, right. To make it hard. And a white man, the plantation owner, saw what we are doing, things like that, and him took up the whole foundry, and bring everything back to England, and help England to build the bridges and things, because their steel was very brittle and wasn't strong and everlasting. Jamaica played a very, very, very significant role in the Industrial Revolution in this country. If you're in there, go to the British Library, and they have got documents there, that can substantiate what I've just said. So big up to Jamaica and things like that. You know what I mean? So everything from planet Earth we do it. Economics, education, law, religion, war, sex, yeah, everything that human being do, yeah, we have a part to play in that. Yeah, you know what I mean? Everything.
This is one of the things that I've looked at for a while, right? And it was a depiction by one of the Europeans as well. It was a message from the Europeans, and they were talking about one of the battles in Africa. And then there was people who had the chariots. They had the chariot, and then the army that they were fighting against was amazed at all these horses pulling this person in a chariot, right? And it kind of made them freeze. It made them freeze because they'd never seen anything like this in their life, right? And even in their moment of freezing, right, that is obviously the thing that why they lost that battle, type of thing, right? But it was like a phenomenon of how these people were moving around on this circular thing, right? Because they didn't have no concept of this thing at the time. You know?
It's all depends. Is our skin color that give us that super duper connection. That's why we know everything more than any other race on earth. And guess what?
I'm gonna have to hold on.
You know, chemotherapy.
Yeah.
That they give to people with cancer and everything. Guess what? June Cook Wright. She invented that, a black woman. Okay, June June Cook Wright. She is the mother of chemotherapy. Yeah, she's the one that created that. Yeah. I said, what? True. It's true. I've investigated further, and it's true. She's just like the security cameras, them in the house and everything like that. Yeah. Is a black woman in America did that in 1965 or 66. She invented the home security camera. Yeah, because where she was living there was a lot of break-ins and things like that. She's very I think she's a teacher, and her husband is a scientist, or some big shot people, them so-called middle class, well-to-do black people, them. And yeah, it was a black woman that came up with the camera in the house, and it went from the house to the camera on the street. Yeah, if it wasn't for what's her name? Britain. I forgot her full name. Anyway, yeah, she was the one that created that, and the creation was done in Jamaica. Is Jamaica in New York? Yeah.
Yes, right.
Yeah. She lived in Jamaica in New York. Yes, Jamaica in New York. Yeah, so she's a local. Yeah, she's one of us.
She actually, the way how I heard it is that she was there and she was living by herself, and then she started to make her own home security system.
Exactly.
That's correct.
Yeah. She was the one that come up with that first. You know what I mean? Yeah, and chemotherapy. Yeah, anybody is due to take a shot at that recently and things like that. It was one of us. Yeah, it was a black woman who came up. Yeah, who came up with that. Yeah, so yeah, they can't lock us out from nowhere. Yeah, our footprint is is everywhere. All we know what our footprint look like,
Yeah,
and
man.
when we out there, we just look for our belong there. You know what I mean? More than anybody else, really. You know?
Oh no. There's no doubt about our existence. Evidence of our existence, even to the extent of where they try to eliminate it, but they can't hide it.
Yeah, they
can't hide it.
Yeah, because our footprint is in the sun.
And it's for us. And the thing is like with our conversation here, we're supposed to talk about those historical places, like when we've gone to them, and even the ones that they've tried to hide in plain sight as well, right? About oh, this is a hill. No, it's not. It's a building that has been grown over for years, right? And when you do the aerial view of this, you see that it was a pyramid, right? And everything else, you know. So when they try to hide it from us, we're supposed to bring it out to the light, right? When we go to them museums, don't just take what they're saying as the curators, that when they come there and they're telling you, oh, this is history, this is our history and all that, and then you tell them, no, wait a minute, what about these people there, that people there, and everything else? Tell them about their history, right? Which part them coming out and come teeth out everything.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, tell them. Right? In fact, the prize that you should get is to be escorted off the premises. Get it? like sometimes you know the British Museum, when they see about 15 or 20 of us coming down there to do a tour, them
panic.
get nervous. They say,
panic, them start, you know, the museums, you know, the natural history, the science, VNA, and all of them,
they get nervous,
you know, because them start thinking, I wonder if there a way that 95% of the things inside there are you that created it.
Yeah. Oh no. They're well aware, but they just don't want us to come and take back the things what them teeth from other people.
Yeah, true. So I noticed yesterday that the post office tower in Portland, Tottenham Court, Portland, Portland Street, and things like that.
Is that still a restaurant?
They are advertising. They are advertising. This is Black History Month. For what it worth, right? Yeah. They are advertising it. I don't know if they're gonna keep it up and for the duration of the Black History period of time, but for what it worth, really, you know what I mean? Hundreds of people, millions of people are passing it every day and seeing it. So a seed might grow in 1 or 2 people, and that is kind of there's something, so there's a little bit of kindness about, there's something good about that, really. You know what I mean? I have to give them a bunch of flowers for that, really, because everything that Babylon give we, you know what I mean? We got to be eternally grateful, because them seldom give us anything, more than so, you know what I mean? Anything that they do for really.
This is why
we got to be grateful.
This is why I keep saying is that when we have the opportunity to actually sing our praises, right? This is what we need to do. Take full advantage of the time, like how it's highlighting now, like how the Christians have their holiday, the Muslims have their time, the Sikhs have their time, right? We need to have our time, right? And we should take our time and make the most of it as well, you know? Right?
Precisely.
Yeah. All right then. All right then. Listen, my brother.
Yeah, yes. All right. Yeah, good talk.
All right, man.
All right.
Then.
Yes,
All right.
my
Take
brother.
care now.
Yeah.
Take care
All right.
now.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's no problem.
to
No problem.
chat
No
with
problem.
you. All right.
No
Good
problem.
time. All right.
Hopefully, I can get this to come back on. All right, then. Let me just do this on here, and I'm gonna give you this one.
The children.
All right.
The children on the mountain top, crying holy Mount. The children on the mountain top, crying holy Mount Zion. I was going on my way one day. I see some wise men and began to reason. I went over and listened to them. I heard them say, the time is now. We should do everything to leave Babylon. The children on the mountain top, crying holy Mount Zion. They have never seen the motherland. They have only heard and read about it. For too long, they've been down in slavery. We're so strong, like the heart of a lion. 'Cause we know that one day we'll go home. The children on the mountain top, crying holy Mount Zion. The children on the mountain top, crying holy Mount Zion. The children on the mountain top, crying holy, holy Mount Zion. Holy Mount Zion.
Equal and explosive time. Good afternoon, Brother Adams. Greetings. Welcome to the Blacknificent Show.
Hi, yeah. Hello?
How are you today?
All right, not bad. Is there something wrong with the phone? Because this is about the 10th time I called through.
You know what
happened? It just keeps...
You know what's happening? I don't know what's actually happening with the system in here, but I can hear it, but I can't see to connect it.
All right.
So there is an issue with this thing what they're using in there. But as I say, I was trying to correct it on there. I could hear it coming through, right? But I can't even see, something where you can just say, all right, let me merge this call or anything like this, or even to say yes, who it is or whatever. Yeah. So I have to apologize. I'm gonna say I apologize from our perspective on this side of this. Yeah. All right. All right. All right.
Has taxi driver gone?
Yes, he has. No doubt he's listening.
That discussion. All right.
No doubt he's listening in. What would you like to bring into that conversation?
Well, I mean, I didn't get to hear it all in its entirety, but I was just some of the points I heard were about, once again, how some of our people are choosing to behave with each other and act with each other. So, and I think I believe I raised this point perhaps at the last weekend in relation to the benefits of being a Negro.
Good.
Yeah.
Why you use that terminology at this time? Why
the benefits of being a Negro?
Okay.
Yes. Well, because I mean, I did actually say, yes, I think it was at the weekend where I said that there are a number of benefits of actually being a Negro and staying a Negro. Where, like,
as in what way?
Well, once one accepts the situation where they say that the Indian, white, and Chinese man is oppressing them and holding them down, yes, and they're going through daily oppression and from the whites, Indians, and Chinese, then what the Negro can then feel justified in saying and doing is, well, okay, in order for me to soothe the oppression that I'm under, or in order to anesthetize myself from the oppression that the Indians, white, and Chinese are inflicting upon me, I can drink as much alcohol as I want. I can smoke as much cannabis as I want. I can snort as much cocaine as I want. I can have as much sex with as many different people as I like. I can gamble as much as I want. I can, smoke as much tobacco products or use as much tobacco products as I like. And then after that, say the reason I did it is because of the white man or the Chinese or the Indians.
Okay.
So look at all of those great benefits that you can get by being a Negro. If what you really want to do is just live a filthy life. What do you think? Do you think that, like, am I being like perhaps absurd, or do you think there could be any truth?
No. I was waiting to hear. I was waiting to hear your counter for that behavior, right? But my counter for that behavior is it is unacceptable, right? And I'm using myself as an example. Now, I choose to live the life and the lifestyle that I am living right now. I choose to live that.
Of course.
If I want to improve upon that, then I have to make changes in whatever way, whatever circumstances and all that. I have, and I do, and I'm going to speak my truth here. I have family, right, that have been extremely abusive to themselves when it comes to drugs and alcohol, right? Violence, personal and impersonal violence as well. Okay? And in that way there, even when I speak with them, right, I know that it's their choice, right? Because it's not to say that there hasn't been those who are supporting and trying to help them. They've chosen to be like that. And there's some of them are still in that trap there, so too.
Right.
Right? It's their choice. You understand? But the fact is that it's accountability. Accountability for yourself, first of all, and then the effect that it has on others as well. Right? And none of the ones that I know, and I'm talking about my family directly, none of them can turn around and say that the family never tried to help them.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah? You understand? The fact that they are still leeching off the family and society, right? That is to their detriment in that way. That's all. Right? So when they come and say, boy, I ain't got nowhere to stay and all them things there, it will. I can easily turn around and say, you know what? Your choice. You choose to live like that. You understand? Simple as that. Yeah?
Yes, sir.
That's it. I know it sounds harsh. Go ahead.
Okay, and so therefore, when I use the term the benefits of being a Negro, do you think that when it comes down to some of the benefits that I've actually, that could be perceived as benefits, so do you think that, like, some of our people may well be actually using that to their advantage, using the oppression that they perceive as happening from Indians, whites, and Chinese?
Years ago,
say, right, well, I'm therefore now justified in smoking up a whole ton of spliff, and spending all the money. In actual fact, one of the interesting things about it is that they say that they are oppressed by the white, Indian, and Chinese, and then they actually go to the white, Indian, and Chinese to buy their vices from them.
In one way or another. I'm hearing what you're saying, right? but they obviously turn a blind eye to that. They turn a blind eye to that, right? We from the other side are looking at the moralistic element in that way there, the cultural element in that way, right? But I'm going to tell you now, somewhere along the line, there's somebody who don't give a damn about your cultural differences.
Yeah.
You understand? Because they're not only doing it to others, but they're doing it to themselves and their culture. Right? Because when they're sitting there in their mansion and everything else, right? About, well, I have my family and everything, I've got my businesses to run and everything, right? But the fact is that the majority of their papers are coming through whatever, and they use those things to laundry their services. Yeah?
Yes, sir.
You understand? So when we have that in our communities, right? Like they obviously the impact of that is destroying families, it is destroying individuals, right?
Okay.
In one way or another, it has that effect, right? But yet again, like how I opened up the discourse earlier, and earlier today and this afternoon, we stand aside, right? And I'm not saying everybody, but we stand aside and let things happen, right?
Right.
But when do we actually stand up and do something about it? When?
Well, you know, when you just say words to the effect that it comes down to every individual and how they choose to live their life. So, I mean, there's maybe perhaps there's nothing that one can really do unless the person himself wants to change, which I've been saying this for a long time. Your condition cannot change until you first change your condition.
Exactly.
So it would appear that like there's a substantial number of people out there from our community who perhaps don't want to change, and that's what I'm saying. These are the acts of being.
Oh yeah, come on now.
You can do any dirt that you want, and then say it's not. It wasn't me. Just like Shaggy says, yeah. Just like the song.
Yeah.
It wasn't me.
I mean, the thing is, Brother Adams, right? Is that you're right in what you're saying, right? It's that, as I said, they have chosen to be like that. And they continue to choose to be like that. Because even when I walk past the regular man them, the regular woman them, who's there upon the street corner, upon the street floor, right? Stand up by the bus stop, intimidating people. Give me some money. You understand?
Yeah.
Right? And you know, when you see them there on a regular basis, and I'm not talking weeks and weeks, year after year, them out there, year after year. You understand? Right? So when you see this and all them type of thing there, you know, your heart kind of just hardens against them. You know, them ways there. You know?
You sounded like you had a phone call.
Yes, was it Brother Akram? Greetings.
Oh.
Yeah, Grand Rising, and
yes, Brother Akram.
Taxi driver, Grand Rising to you, and to the Galaxy family, Grand Rising. Yeah, you know, it's a very important topic that you're on, you know, because as I said, I've been lambasted because I'm saying, you know, as I said, deeply as I look into our lives, right, and as you rightly say, we are responsible for ourselves. And many of us can change, but we don't want to change. Don't want to. We just don't want to change. You understand? You know? And I mean, it's like a man come home or get drunk, and then he comes home and he beats his wife. And you say, well, oh, why do you do that? Oh, because I'm drunk. Or because the alcohol. You know, I mean, one time, okay, had a girlfriend, and I'll give you an example.
Mm-hmm.
And we was coming from a party, and I had a problem, with something that happened at the party, and I was a bit angry, shouting a bit loud, and so forth.
Mm.
So the policeman came, and the policeman arrested me. So I said to him, look, he said, I'm drunk and disorderly. I said, no, I'm not drunk, I'm angry.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So this is a long time ago, very long time ago. So anyway, the people are saying to me, look, because now they charge me, they put me in the cell, and then they charge me for being drunk and disorderly. And, everybody's saying, oh, boy, you better just plead guilty. They just slap you on the hand. I said, no, I'm not. Why should I plead guilty? I was not drunk and this. I was angry. I told him I was angry. There's a difference. My behavior was because I was angry, not because I was drunk. You see what I'm saying, right? So anyway, I decided to go to the court by myself and represent myself. So now, when the policeman stand on the thing, I had to question him. I said to him, when you arrested me, what did I tell you? Did I not tell you that I was not drunk, but I was angry? He said, so now the magistrate take over the questioning. Did he or did he not say that? He said, yeah, your words like. He said, the magistrate said, did you write it down? He said, no. So then now the magistrate take a lash in his tail, don't come back here in front of me without, doing this and that, having written down and all the things like that. So the case was dismissed. You understand me? But had I listened to other people telling me that I should just be guilty, it's just a thing. No, because I'm saying my behavior was not drunk. My behavior was I was angry.
Yeah.
So why should I accept? Why should I admit to being drunk? You see what I'm saying, right? So what I'm saying is that a person can change themselves, and to me, as I said, I stopped drinking. I stopped drinking from one time because when I was young, you're a teenager, you get angry with girls and so forth, and then you start drinking and things like that. And because I was sailing at the time, and then sailing, drinks was, you get drinks cheaper and everything. So, and I just said to myself, you know what? I mean, I'm not going, if anything happened to me, right? I mean, with this sort of situation, I'm not going to get drunk because, you get drunk, then you start vomiting, and the next day you feel more ill.
Yeah.
Saying, but wait a minute, and the problem is still there. So I made a conscious decision that if anything happened, I'm going to face it head on. I'm not going to go and get drunk and all these things to try to bury sorrows or whatever. No way. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is every one of us had that ability to make a decision, to look at our life and make a decision that and we should not be allowing ourselves to be in the state that as Brother Adam talked about, that the white man have this over us and the Chinese have this over us. We have equally senses as they have. We have equal knowledge as they have. So why can't we excel just the same as they do? And we do, because we see
we do. When we're given the opportunity, we do. Come on now.
But who can give you an opportunity when opportunities is everywhere? We don't need to wait for anybody to give us an opportunity.
I know that.
Opportunity is everywhere. All you need to do is just use your senses to say, right, look at what's going on over there. I think there's an opportunity. Let me go and take it. We don't need to wait for no one to give us anything. Opportunities everywhere.
Exactly.
So to me, as I said, I've been living in Africa, and I'm seeing many of our people have no contact with white people at all. But their behavior, and I'm asking myself the question, you know, I mean, 5,000 miles away, the behavior of a person is the same as the person over there. How come? How come it's all across the continent? My brothers in Sierra Leone, my brothers in the Gambia, you know, tell me the same thing that is happening on the East Coast. How did it, you know, and many people don't have television. They don't have all of these things. So how did they get that behavior? How that behavior transform right across? You understand what I'm saying? You know, the behavior of taking pictures of a house and sending it to somebody and say, oh, the house has been built when there's no house. The same behavior in Jamaica, same behavior in East Africa. How does that behavior come across?
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Everybody, it seems like everybody is being hustled in one way or another. You know,
one way or the other.
It's embarrassing.
Why are we doing that?
That is embarrassing.
You see,
That's
and as I said, my brother, you know, look, as I said, my country, the country I came from, which I always have to talk about, because to me that is a guide, right? It was, I mean, some years before the volcano, I was checking before the volcano. We had a level of that of Israel economically, right? You understand me, right? And I'm saying, how did it happen? Because people, I mean, many people, just like Jamaica, we have a lot of people outside, and many of those people send money back home to look after their auntie, their grandmothers, or whatever. And nearly every house, you go to my country, nearly every house from since the 60s, over every house built, if it has it has 3 bedrooms, has 2 bathrooms and toilet inside, electricity, water, everything. Every house. You understand what I'm saying, right? And that is because what people are sending money back, plus the people got, you know, become very skilled at certain things, working and so forth. And they were able to do that. And I just cannot see why is it that situation cannot be applied in Jamaica. You know, and people say, oh, that. It should be able to be applied by the people. But as you say, they don't want to. You know, I mean, you're taking a picture and sending it back to somebody to say, oh, the house, there's the house. And you know fully well. You know, I mean, if you did what was right, then you all could excel. You can excel, and the person can excel. Because you see that if the person from
do you think that some of our people are then perhaps benefiting from saying that I'm oppressed, and as a result of that, that's why I'm an alcoholic or a drug user, and it's not my fault?
Did you hear that, Brother Akram?
Yeah, of course. I mean, as I said, it's an excuse. That's what I said. I realize a lot of these things are excuses that people put up. You know, or it's the alcohol's fault why I'm doing this. You know what I mean? Right? And I mean, I've been through those things. You know what I mean? I drank, and I've been drunk, and I know, well, okay, yeah, they alcohol, but I knew what I was doing. You understand me? So why am I using the alcohol as an excuse? You know? And a lot of people do that. They say, oh, well, it's because I was drunk, that's why. No, you did it because you get drunk because you use that as an excuse, because that's something you wanted to do. You know? And using that as an excuse to say, well, oh, it wasn't really me, it was the alcohol. No. It was you. You had that thing in your head that you wanted to do that, and you got drunk in order to do that. You know what I'm saying? You know? And I believe that is the situation with a lot of cases, with a lot of people. Because why you keep beating up? Look, I've seen these things, my brother, where people beating up people. I've been out there on the street. I see the fight. I see the fights. Oh my Lord!
I listen. The thing is right, and I'm emphasizing this mainly for us here and the listening and the Galaxy family, is that we have to set our standards, right?
Exactly.
Not even for ourselves initially, right? Brother Adams has said already that there's times when it seems that we're better off not being around them, right? And I'm gonna tell you the truth, right? We've thrived. We have thrived when we've been able to develop and to self-educate, right? Generational wealth, right? That is available to us, and we've been able to thrive. We're even thriving now. We're thriving now, right? Admittedly, it's not as large or spread out as what it could be and it should be, right? When was it? I think it was this morning. Yes, it was this morning. They were talking about, and I've been speaking about it for the past 15 years, right? Especially when I found out that Branson had bought all the waterfront properties available in Kingston. And I said, there's going to be a super city. There's going to be a super city, and everybody in Jamaica is going to be subservient to the super city. And then today, they were talking about the massive investment from China, right? About building a super city in Jamaica. Right? And I'm thinking, well, they've already got their labor force already there. You understand? And everybody's going to be hungry because that is where they're gonna be looking to go and work, because that is where work is, and like in many ways, why couldn't it be a African-based consortium that did this, right? But no. Yeah.
Well, I agree with you on that. You know what I'm saying? Okay, and as I said, people call me Doto stupid. Okay, right? Now, long time ago, again, I've been pushing the cooperative idea. Now, when Magufuli came in, Magufuli, whom a lot of people see as a visionary, a man of thing, right? And he had the same idea of which I had, in the sense of saying, well, okay, we don't have the kind of money like the Arabs and other people. We don't. We cannot say that we have. We don't. Okay. Some of us have, some of us don't. But there's a lot of us we don't have that. And so when he came in, he said to the people, look, I really don't want to have to give the Chinese the contract to do this work and that work. When the contract comes up to build a bridge or to build this, right, the tender goes out, right? Why don't you, the contractors, come together, right? Pool your resources together. If it's 100,000 to do the job, and you all bring in 80,000, right? Then we, the government, will support you with the other 20,000, so that we don't have to give the Chinese, and we give it to you guys. Why can't you all learn to work like that? He brought that to the table. Is it a good idea or is it a bad idea?
Is it?
Huh?
Is it?
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Well, we have to talk for ourselves, because the point is, as I said, that was my mindset, and he came in and he put that together and said, that is what you guys need to do. I don't really want to have to give the Chinese. So the same thing again. Where are the black contractors to do that job? And I'm sure look, because as I said to you, I gave a talk at the university in Dar es Salaam, and the guys that came out, some of them, my friends, they came out and they formed an engineering company, which is one of the biggest engineering companies in Tanzania today, right? Okay, you understand me, right? They come out together, and you're in structural, you're this and you're in that department, and they form a company, right? And you can see the high road that they built. Okay, the Chinese was, but my friend, he was one of the top engineer on that project. So we can do the things that these people do. And that's what Magufuli has done. He's put many of the people there in. You see, when he came in, he stopped many of the work that the Chinese were doing and said, look, we have workers here, right? And now if you go down there, you see the workers who is working on the roads and doing all these different things. They're the local black people. You understand me, right?
Well,
So,
the thing is,
we don't have the ability.
Hold on. Right. This is the thing that I'm thinking about. I was gonna say quandary, but I'm thinking about is that obviously when these things are built, who are they serving? Right? Who are they for? Okay? Because I'm going to tell you now, right? That even amongst themselves, because I've seen it when I was in Dubai when I was visiting there, right? They segregate themselves, right? They have it that if you're not of a certain faith, you're not coming into our area. Yeah? Right? So therefore, just like how they do it like in Stamford Hill, right? I don't know if you know of that place in London, Brother Adams.
I know.
Do you know in Brother Adams?
Yes, sir.
Right. Just like in Stamford Hill, they've got their own private security firms, right? And the thing is what it's not necessarily a firm. They make an obligation for the youngs to do a service for their community, right? That they have to look to provide security for their own community. So they do it on a rotation business there. You understand?
And they pay for it themselves.
Yes. Right? They got their own self-defense. They do their own self-defense courses. Right? Some of them, and I know that they do like personal carry as well. They do personal carry as well. Right? So, when you see all these things there's no reason why we can't be doing this.
Exactly.
But the fact is that our moral standards in our communities, right, are so disjointed, right, that we are our own worst enemies when it comes to this, right? Us can sit around a table, right, and I guarantee that every other table in that same restaurant is going to be thinking and doing on a different thing, instead of everybody just coming together and moving together as one, right? If we open a bank, if we all open a bank together, somebody's going to say, well, they're making more money out of it than what we are, and all this type of thing. Yeah, how much are they earning? Yeah. Right? It's like we're talking about the doom of it before we even start.
Exactly.
Yeah?
You're 100% correct there.
Right?
Because as I said, it's the same thing as I said when we had, when I was doing minicab, okay, and it was in Hammersmith area, right? That time you had the Hammersmith Palais when it comes out on Saturday night.
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, right. And so anyway, the guy who owned it was an Irish guy, and he said, okay, him and his family is going to retire back to Ireland. He was still young. So I said to the other guys, at the time, look, why don't we pull our resources together and buy it out? Because it's a good place. The location and everything was good, you know. And because my uncle used to do typeset printing. I said, look, I can get my uncle to print cards, and we can go out and deliver it and so forth. And as you said, the arguments start coming up about this and that. We can continue the same as we are, coming and working the same day, but at least the business is always developing. And you know what? A white man came in and took it over, right? Okay. And you know what happened? He came in and he bringing his laws. I want day shift and I want night shift. So if you work in the day, you can't work in the night. And I'm saying, wait a minute, because you know I may not make my money during the day, or I may have something to do during the day. I'm paying you, and you're going to tell me that I can? No, it can't work for me. But many of them accepted it and they leave. I'm the only one that stayed behind, because I didn't want to. I wasn't going to accept that stupidity, right? And he agreed to my thing. You know, I come and work when I want to work. You know what I mean? I'm the one who's paying you. If you're not paying me, you know what I mean? And you can't dictate to me, because if I come in, I don't earn my money and so forth. And you know what? The man had the same thing that he did, because I'm saying that we could have expanded, right? From that, we could have expanded to, what do you call it? Anything. You know, we could expand to limousines. We could have expanded into carrying, what do you call it? Removals. We could have do any of those things, and we could have expanded the whole business. No, in the end, most of them they had to leave, or they buy into the same project. They only work days or they only work nights. That is our problem, my brother. We're not willing to do the thing together.
No, and that's it. And that's it. You know, I'm going to say even with the fathers group, right? And it was one of those things, because I was voted as the first chairman of the group, right? And one of the things I said, we need to have start a partner, right? And the reason why I said it, because a lot of them say, well, why would we need to do a partner, right? And I said the reason why is because we need to have that exercise of trust within ourselves as a group, right? We need to do the exercise just for us to get that, right? And it took about 2 years for it to get going. And I said, you see what I mean? That a lot of us, if we were in a position like our parents or grandparents were in the day of, they didn't have a bank, they couldn't get a house, they couldn't get business loans. They jumped onto it straight away because they saw the benefit of what it would provide for them. Now that we've obviously got that access now, the exercise of working and depending on each other has been lost. You understand? So this is
yes, I do understand.
This is why we find it even difficult even now to even have that ethos of working together in business. This is why some of us would prefer not to work with somebody that look like us. Right?
Yeah, and getting ripped off.
Yeah, I mean,
say that again, Brother Adams. What do you say, Brother Adams?
I said just and probably end up getting ripped off, because I was watching the documentary about Sam Cooke. And Sam Cooke, he was making a whole lot of money. He had his own record. This is back in the 60s, right? His own record label, his own publishing company.
That's right.
And his own production company as well. And he was writing the songs too. Man was making a whole heap of money. There was nobody really like him apart from, say, like Otis Redding, who started doing the same thing. Sam Cooke then started working with a devil called Alan Klein, and this white, he was a white guy, obviously. And then what Alan Klein did, he did some kind of deception and trickery behind the scenes that Sam Cooke wasn't aware of. and he ended up taking all of Sam's publishing, all of his assets. And if you go and look on the internet now and say who owns Sam Cooke's legacy and his publishing, etc., somebody called Heidi Klein, who is one of Alan Klein's descendants. So every single time a Sam Cooke track gets played on the radio, television, gets sold, anything, all of the money goes to Heidi Klein, and then she uses the money to do with it what she wants to do.
Oh yeah.
Really, really sad story. But you know what? I mean, I know that it's 1:45 and you've only got 15 more or so minutes left. So are there any solutions that anybody's got? Because I know we've been speaking about the quote unquote problem for a little while. Anybody got any solutions?
For me, right? And no, actually, brother Adams, you come through first. Sorry. Go ahead.
Solutions.
Yeah.
Hello.
Go ahead, brother Adam. Akram, brother Akram.
Yeah. No, as I said to you, I mean, there's so much things, that I continue to be encouraging people to do and to pull ourselves together. As I said, right now, there's a brother of mine who is building a 40-bedroom hotel in Ghana, right? 40-bedroom hotel. Another one who is now building another 40-bedroom in Nigeria. And these guys had no intention of going back to Africa. They had no intention, But when they saw me and they said, wait a minute, you're from the Caribbean and you're doing things in Africa, And I'm showing them, look, my brother, Africa is the new frontier. There's opportunities there. You know what I'm saying? Right? So who you must right? Because there's opportunities there. Doesn't mean that everybody is going to make it. But the same way as you rightly say, our foreparents came here, and as you was mentioning that, you see about the difference with our foreparents, the same as with Marcus Garvey time, they understood their position. They understood that they had to do something, right? That's why Marcus Garvey had so many people. But it seemed like over the years, our people don't seem to understand that.
Well,
I don't know why
it's been taken. It's been obviously it's gonna be as I say, the emphasis of working together has been taken away from us, right? The thing of that, when we had the thing of that, we had no banks, we have no housing. They had to work together. They had to work together to make things work for themselves, right? But we now, who are on the other side of that fence, right? We forget about the foundation, what brought us there, right? The solution, as you asking for, Brother Adams, in my opinion, is that we have to reestablish that foundation within ourselves, right? Do the family banking, right? Don't just have the knowledge and not acting on it. In other words, do the trusts, do the investments, do the generational planning, right? Ensure that everybody within the family is working and operating together.
But brother, I mean, that to me, that seems if that is something which is a little along the line. I mean, everything. This
is the type of
more important.
No, that is the type of thing that we should be doing now. That is what we should be operating right now, my brother. That's not down the line.
But what happens though, if you got all that in line, and then one of the people will sell you out for a line of cocaine, or will sell you out for a shot of whiskey.
It would be protected. You can't operate. You can't operate one thing within that without the others having their input into it. You understand?
Okay.
Right? And that's how a family banking would work. You understand?
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, family community was for then slaves.
Yeah.
People who were strangers.
Yeah, because if you keep thinking about what, I mean, as I said, people say, I mean, you have to look at what benefits can be there. Yes, there could be side effects or whatever, but you look more at what can be beneficial to you because, as I said, I always put this in perspective like this, okay? You have a black man sitting on the wall, the Chinese man sitting on the wall, the Indian man sitting on the wall, the Jewish man sitting on the wall, okay? They're all sitting there every day. And a man comes along and says, look, you know what? Hey, man, I can give you some money and you can do this, right? And, but you're going to have to give me something. You're going to have to give me something from that, Chinese man will say, yeah, man, give me something and because we can do this. The Jewish man will say, yeah, give me something, The Indian man will say, yeah, give me something. Okay. The black man will say, what? You think me going to work for you? That means when the guy give him this to do something that will benefit him, but he don't want to give the guy back something. You understand me, right? So then he sits there, and 5 years later, he sees the Jewish man walking down the road with his Rolls Royce or whatever, and he sees the Indian man. You had the same opportunity. You were given the same opportunity. Why? But because you were selfish, you don't want to share that, with the man who's going to help you to get up. You know what I'm saying? That is why you're there where you are. And that's why I'm looking at the situation with the Nation of Islam, the founding member of that thing. From what I heard, that man had business going, different business, trawlers, this, security, this, business and so forth. You know what I'm saying? Right? Many black people, they're into, you go down the town, you go around London, you see who is the security guard outside? Black man. So why is that business not being controlled by us? You understand what I'm saying? And he had all of that. When he died, the whole thing perished.
Yes.
What a nonsense. What a nonsense. And that is where we are.
All right,
that is where we are.
Right then, listen, I'm gonna be closing off the show because, as you know, Sister Nara will be coming in very soon. Right?
Yes.
Okay,
I can't
then.
wait.
Last words, my brothers. Brother Adams.
Well, as I said,
yeah. No, after you, Brother Akram.
Yeah, well, for me, we need to change our attitude and start believing in ourselves. Right? History, as you rightly said, this is History Month. Let us look back at the history. And I remember watching something this morning with Muhammad Ali. When they're telling him about going into to fight this. Wait a minute, what you want me to fight? Fight for who? You don't even respect me and you want me to go to fight for you? Nonsense. We have to learn. Right? And this is a man who has shown us the way. Right? And again, saying keep away from white women. He showed that. Yeah, I talk to them and talk to them. But I keep away from them.
But I can't resist the taste. God with yourself. Good. Okay, Brother Adams.
Yes, I just think that we're at a time now where maybe we have to seriously consider drawing the line in the sand. I think I've said this on your show before, where we ask the question: those of you who want to come forward towards Africa, take one step forward. And then those of you who don't, then we'll just say, look, we're on the move now. So I mean, hopefully we'll catch up with you in the future. But if we don't, then all the best with your lives.
Exactly.
So, it might have to be something as cold as that, because I don't think we can really wait too much longer, if at all. And of course, I'm very strong with my at. So I mean, okay, let me just say it again: study, practice, and teach the 42 laws of Ma'at in conjunction with the 42 success principles of Neo Ma'at, and stop following the foreigners. Return to your African lifestyle. So saying the same thing that many of the people in the tradition I follow have said. Because on Saturday, because remember you were saying something on Saturday about maybe we need somebody else to come and tell us, and I just say no. We've had enough. How many more people do we need to come until we actually start doing what they suggested that we do?
No, right. What I said was that we only seem to listen when somebody else with a different accent comes along and speaks exactly the same things that we're talking about. Right? Telling you now. We like the swing and the ding of the rhythm from other people's tongues. That's what it is. Okay. All right, then, my brother. Time is time.
You don't know where there is yet.
But yes, she is.
All right, tell her hi.
Okay. All right, then. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yeah, and tell her I'll be looking to probably call into her show if that's okay.
No, she can hear you now. You take care now.
Oh, she's smiling, yes?
I've had some good days. I've had some hills to climb. I've had some weary days and some lonely nights. But when I look around and I think things over, all of my good days outweigh my bad days. I won't complain. Sometimes the clouds hang low. I can hardly see the road. And I asked a question, Lord, why so much pain? He knows what's best for me. Although my weary eyes, they can't see. So I'll just thank you, Lord. I won't complain. God's been good to me. He's been good to me. more than this heart can ever be. He's been good, so good to me. He tried all my tears away, turn my midnights into day. So I just say thank you, Lord. Just say thank you, Lord. Just say thank you, Lord. I won't complain. Hallelujah.
You've been fighting more than anyone should. See your strength in every breath you take. The nights are long, the silence loud, but I still hear your heart beneath the clouds. Silence, every night can't dim your flame. You're still the same, strong and brave. Don't see the battles that you face, but I see a soul the world can't erase. You're the light in the storm, the calm in my sea. When the world goes dark, you're the peace in me. Even when you fall, I see you rise. You're my hero in real life. So hold on. You're not alone. Yeah. You're the light in the storm. You taught me what love really means. Not in words, but in the spaces in between. Every tremor, tear you fight, still you shine. You're pure light. You're more than pain. You're hope alive. You're every memory, every word we've tried. You're the light in the storm, the calm in my sea. When the world goes dark, you're the peace in me. Even when you fall, see you rise. You're my hero in real life. So hold on. You're not alone. Yeah. We'll dance again outside these walls. We'll write new songs when freedom calls. You're not broken, just bending through. And I'll keep holding on to you. You're the light in the storm, When you fall, see you rise. You're my hero in real life. So hold on. You're yeah, you're the light in the storm.
You cut out already? That's gonna have to run now because it's over already.
Morning will come with the rise of the sun. Show me the way I must live. At the dawn of the day, spirits will rise to form anew.
We are now boarding on platform. Man the gap, man the gap, man the gap. We are now boarding on platform. Man the gap, man the gap, man the gap, man the gap.
God lives! Messiah lives! Give it! God lives! Messiah lives! Messiah lives! Seems to sing a special song. Just morning will come. Still a different thing. God lives! Messiah lives! Give it! Morning will come. God lives! Messiah lives! Show me the way I must live. At the dawn of the day, spirits will rise to form anew.
This is Galaxy Radio, www.galaxyafruit.com, www.galaxyafruit.com, the only brainwashing station. I am Eric Kuti, the final judge.
Moving in a positive way.
No, yeah.
Seems to sing a special song. Just morning will come with the rise of the sun. Show me the way I must live. At dawn of the day, spirits will rise to form anew. Still look around you. Sadness and the broken promise.
This one here.
Too many people.
This one.
Life of changing faces day to day.
That's the only change.
Money in the pocket. Seems like you're waiting, that's not happening. We must find a way to live and give it all I say. I don't know just what it is. This feeling coming over me. Morning will come with the rise of the sun.
And this one is still the same.
The way I must live at the dawn of the day. Spirits will rise to form anew.